Hi everybody, welcome to West Virginia. My name is Cheryl and this is my channel, Tranquil Stitches. Today is Tuesday, January 7th, 2020, and this is my FlossTube episode number 85. First FlossTube episode of 2020. Very exciting. And I hope everyone had a wonderful New Year's. I hope you celebrated well and are healthy and happy and ready to tackle the year. I've been watching a lot of videos about 2020 planning, and it's a lot of fun to watch to see what everyone has planned for this year. Lots of exciting stuff, and I'm anxious to get further into this year myself and see what it holds. But we had a very quiet New Year's, not much going on. I had to wake my husband up to wish him a happy New Year, so he wasn't into it very much. But yeah, we had a nice quiet New Year's, and it was nice. So I don't have a chronological. I've got notes, but not. I'm going to have to figure out which order to do everything in. I've got quite a bit to share with you. First of all, in my 2019 wrap-up video, I forgot to show you my orts. I do collect my orts. I make a Christmas ornament from them every year, and I realized when I started my January 1st start that I forgot to clean my ort jar out and do that. So I have my 2019 orts right here. Quite a few of them. I mean, and I'm very stingy with my floss, so I play thread chicken a lot. I try to get as much out of that floss as I can. So yeah, that's most of that. This orange here, that's map. It's a lot of orts, a lot of little pieces of. So I do have an acrylic ornament somewhere, so I have to find that and make that ornament. But Christmas was a little crazy for me this year. I just wasn't into it, you know. I just wasn't into it. So as crazy as it sounds, I'm excited for this year for Christmas. So well, it seemed like once I got Christmas 2019 out of the way, I started getting excited about Christmas 2020, and that makes no sense. It makes no sense. But anyway, I'm excited, and I've already started some shopping and already written down some ideas and some plans and some lists, and it's just nuts. You know, I don't understand it myself. So but I've started my brand new ort jar with my 2020 whips, whips, yeah, orts from those whips. This is my Baldwin Secret Family Recipe mason jar I got at Walton's Mountain in Schuyler, Virginia. So that's what I keep my orts in. Love that little jar. So I forgot to mention that last time, so I wanted to document that for myself and to share with you all. And I found out where my Revar's chart was for the giveaway. My son's girlfriend did pick it up in her things, and she has it, and it's in the mail right now. So I'm going to go ahead and do that giveaway a little later and include that and go ahead and give it away, because by the time the winner contacts me, I should have the chart in my hands. So she did pick those up accidentally. Her stuff, I figured that's what happened, because her stuff was right where they were, and she had been looking at them, so she just scooped up her stuff and put it in her bag, and that's what happened. So she sent them right back to me, and I'm just glad she had them, because I looked all over this house for them. So I have a little bit of news to share with you that is not so pleasant, and I wanted to request your prayers. You all know that I am affiliated with Rochelle at the Cottage Needle. Well, we don't have a affiliation. We're just friends, and I kind of help her out by talking about her sales and her shop, and went to the Nashville market with she and her husband last year, and got to spend some time with them, and just fell in love with both of them. They're just wonderful people. Well, her husband, David, has passed away. He had cancer, and he was battling cancer, has had a pretty rough few months, and he did pass away. So if you have any prayers, any comforting thoughts that you can put out there for Rochelle, that'd be very much appreciated. It just broke my heart. I felt like I was punched in the gut when I read her message, and it's unbelievable. I told my husband, and he just same thing, same reaction. He just couldn't believe it, and because he and David got along really well, and he hates that too. So it's not not pleasant, and I'm kind of concerned about Rochelle and how she's doing, and I'm trying not to bother her. I know she's going through a lot right now, so if you could, spare some prayers for her, she would really appreciate it. And her daughter, they have a daughter, so just wanted to mention that. Okay, I have been stitching. And I have 2 new starts and a couple whips to show you, and I'll do that now. So, my New Year New Start, the first one was Little House Needleworks Home of a Needleworker Squared. I started this with several people. My best friend and I, BFF Diana, started it. Robin started it with us. There's some other people stitching along with us, and Victoria's stitching it. And this is my daily 30 piece. This is the piece I stitch on for 30 minutes every morning with my coffee before I start the day. So in this one, I have 627 stitches, and that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days worth of stitching. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yes. So there's my progress. It was a blank piece of paper. It's a blank piece of fabric, and it was a brand new start. So that is all my progress since January 1st. Very pleased with that. So it seems like I'm missing a day because I stitched this morning. Today's the 7th, right? I don't know. Okay, I also had another New Year's start, and this one I had been planning since market last year, and so very, 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 very excited to start this one. I am stitching this. Rochelle was supposed to start this one with me, so she'll join in when she's up for it. So she and I had planned this stitch along back during market. And also Sheila, Miss Sheila is joining in on this as well. She got her supplies and she started it as well. So this is Elizabeth Weston by Hands Across the Sea. And I'm stitching it on a 37 count Wild Honey from Lakeside Linen. And I'm using the Alvera Soie that is called for. So this silk is like butter. It is absolutely amazing. I am in love with this piece more than you can possibly imagine. I do not want to put it down. It is absolutely a dream to stitch on. Absolutely a dream. I'm so in love. I am so in love. It is stitching up like a dream. I just adore it. So in that one, I have 501 stitches for a challenge. The challenge was to stitch on my biggest whip. Well, once I put the first little half stitch in there, that became my biggest whip. So that's what I did for that one. I love that these come with these cards because you don't have to drag the pattern in and out. The floss list is right there on the card. Little bookmark. It's fabulous. So I made my working copy and I've got that little bookmark there, and I can just go right on. I have to figure out some way to store my flosses. I'm thinking about putting them on thread drops because the skeins are really little, and when I wrap it around, it being silk, it's kind of slippery and it kind of just is wanting to come off the skein. The DMC, when I wrap it around the skein, it will stay, but the silk is kind of slippery and it wants to slide off. So I'm going to have to work on getting those flosses figured out somehow to put on there. So 501 stitches in that. I also brought out my New Year's sampler because I thought that was fitting. And I started this New Year's Day last year. This is New Year's sampler, and it was in a magazine. I'll put it right here. I'm not really sure which one. Celebrations magazine, I think. But it's the New Year's sampler. And I needed this for a challenge. And I put in it 301 stitches. And here is my, let me see. Oh, I know what it was. We're having a decades challenge in Daily 30, and we had to stitch something from the 20s. Well, this is a New Year's sampler. It's a new year. It's the new 20s, right? But I thought that was a little bit of a stretch, so I did a little more digging, and I found a baking company did a contest in 1927, and they wanted recipes with a pineapple submitted, and over 60,000 people submitted a recipe for pineapple upside down cake in 1927. It was pretty popular, it sounds like, but this design has a pineapple on it, so that's how I tied it in. I have not pressed it, I'm sorry, but oh, let me show you where it was last time. I'm out of practice, y'all. I'm really out of practice. I gotta step up my game. That's where I was last time, and I put in 301 stitches, and I got this section of the alphabet done. And that's a really pretty blue variegated carries. I just did my own conversion for this one. So that's New Year's sampler. 301 stitches. The next one I worked on was Good Intentions by Kathy Barrick. And I needed this one for, oh, I know, for the scavenger hunt. We were doing a scavenger hunt in Daily 30. So I chose, this is one of my 3 designated whips for this scavenger hunt, is Good Intentions. So you'll be seeing this quite a bit. I put in 300 stitches on this one. And let me show you where it was before. And this is where it is now. And what I did was I put her sleeves and her arms, her neck and her head and her hair, and then this pair of scissors. And I needed 2 more stitches, so that's the beginnings of her hoop in her hand. So 300 stitches. Good Intentions by Kathy Barrick. And then the last one that I worked on was Hocus Pocus by Queen Bee Handmade. She does have an Etsy shop if you're interested in this chart or to see what else she has to offer. This is my last remaining 2018 Stitch Mania start. So I want this done so that I can move on to 2020 Stitch Mania with 0 projects still in the works. So hopefully that will happen. And I just got a start on this one. I haven't, I'm working on a challenge for this. I'm working on this for a challenge, and I've only got 53 stitches towards that challenge right now. So I just put a little bit more of that vine in there. So that's Hocus Pocus. 53 stitches. So that's my stitching for the week, and 1,782 stitches this year. So excited. It's not too bad considering I've had stuff to do. So that's my whips, and all right, now let me do some bingo. We'll see if we can't get somebody a little closer today. Let's see. The first word for the week is number 14, corn maze. 14, corn maze. The second word for the week is number 40, eggnog. Number 40, eggnog. My son made homemade eggnog for Christmas. It's the first time I'd had homemade eggnog. Oh my God, it was so good. He made 2 batches. It was fabulous. And the number 3, jack-o'-lantern. So number 3, jack-o'-lantern. Number 40, eggnog. And number 14, corn maze. So good luck. I hope we move someone a little closer this week. And we'll draw 3 more next week. Remember, if you match all 15 words, email bingo in the subject line to tranquilstitchesbingo@gmail.com. Virginia will compare your words against what's been called. And if you have a good bingo, if you're first to call bingo, you'll win. Okay, I have received a couple wonderful things that I wanted to share with you. Miss Sarah, hi Sarah. Sarah sent me some ephemera. She said that she used to be an avid mini album maker. And she has so much stuff. And she thought she would share a few of her things with me. And I was tickled to death. Oh my gosh, I have spent so much time just looking through these wonderful things. She sent me these beautiful napkins. Which, you know, napkins, I had no clue how expensive napkins have become. These things are, I mean, you know, not the ones with this, you know, the pretty designs on them. These are not cheap. Tuesday Morning has a wonderful selection of napkins, but they're you know, $4 or $5 for a pack of napkins, and it's so whenever I get napkins, I'm very tickled about that, because you know I'm not really interested in 40 napkins. I just need a couple, you know, and when I buy a whole, so I'm going to use the ones that I have bought and kind of you know, do trades with people, you know, for what they've got. So that's the plan for that. But she sent me some little Post-its. She sent me these beautiful tags and journaling cards. She sent me these tags, which, oh my God, gold, let me tell y'all. These little bags and some more journaling cards and some trick or treat bingo cards, which bingo cards I adore. I adore bingo cards. Little more journaling cards, some envelopes, and a big, that'll be in a Valentine journal. Isn't that super cool? I love it. Thank you, Sarah. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I can't, it's awesome. Absolutely fabulous. I was just like, that is so cool. And I also received from some more paper stuff from Kay. Kay sent me some ephemera that she had, and tickled to death. Look at this. Just look at it. Penny, honestly, honestly, I've still got a little bit of cough. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that beautiful? I love that. And she sent me some scrapbook paper. Really pretty patterns. So cool. Thank you, Kay. Absolutely love it. Love it, love it, love it. Okay. I wanted to, well, let's just go ahead and do the giveaways. Let's go ahead. Okay, the first one, like I said, is the Rivaris gingerbread chart with the little accoutrement to put that together. So I'll insert the drawing for that here. Let's get a winner for the Rivaris gingerbread chart. Now this, the question was, what's your favorite Christmas present? So let's see who the winner is for this one. We have Dottie Crisp. Donnie said it's past Christmas, and the favorite item I got was a silver snowman music box from my son. Can't wait to start School of Magical Stitches. Happy new stitching year. So congratulations. Please be sure and send me your mailing address, and I will send that right out to you this week. Now, let's do the drawing for last week's these stitch cards from Fat Quarter Shop. This is the winter edition. There is a hot chocolate, an ice skate, a snowman, and a toboggan. So I will insert this video here. All right, let's get a winner for the Lori Holt stitch cards from Fat Quarter Shop. The question was, do you make New Year's resolutions? Let's see who the winner of this is. Bluegrass Stitcher. Let me see if she answered the questions. I made resolutions to actually get some ornaments stitched. Yes, she does make resolutions. She answered the questions. So, congratulations, Bluegrass Stitcher. Roxanne, you are my winner for the stitch cards. Congratulations. Again, please let me know your mailing address, and I will be happy to get these cards out to you. So that's our drawings for the week. And speaking of Fat Quarter Shop, I wanted to mention that the Bloomtopia Stitch Along starts very soon. I will put a link to the landing page for that below so that you can go and check that out. It is a stitch along for a charity. You make a charitable donation to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and in return you will get the chart and you can stitch along with us. It's a 12-part series that will start in February, and I'm very, very excited. I've picked out a beautiful piece of pink Belfast to stitch mine on, and I'm going to just make it soft colors, pretty pastel pinks and greens, and I'm excited to get started with that. So please be sure and check out that stitch along. Also, I wanted to give a shout out to Terry Lee Crafts. Hi Terry. Terry is a sweetheart. She has a FlossTube channel, and she uploaded her new Year's video. And if you've not subscribed to Terry Lee, go over and visit with her and give her some love. She's got a lot of beautiful charts and designs and projects she's working on. So go over and visit with Terry Lee. All right. Now, the last thing I want to talk about real quick is just my 2020, my new year, my I guess just where I'm at right now. And I started Weight Watchers. I'm going to go ahead and put it out there because it'll hold me accountable. I started Weight Watchers on Sunday again. I've had very, very good success on Weight Watchers before. So I started back on Weight Watchers. I got this little ditty from for Christmas, and I love this little thing. This is an iTouch. It's not a Fitbit, it's an iTouch. And I absolutely adore this. I'm just right now, it takes your heart rate and it takes your oxygen, your oxygen level in your blood. And it says that not to take that too seriously medically, you know, because it's just a kind of a, you know, and that's all well and good. But what I wanted this for was the pedometer. I wanted to see, when I first put it on, I put it on Sunday afternoon, so it wasn't a full day, and it asked you to set your step goal, how many steps you want, what's your goal. So the least amount of steps that you can choose is 4,000, and I thought, I don't get anywhere near 4,000 steps a day, I don't think. And you know, I was like, well, you know, I'm just gonna have to set it there and see what happens. I almost met that before I went to bed. I mean, the steps really, really add up. And I find myself, I am looking for excuses to walk so that I can get steps in. It's very motivational, because this thing on my arm is telling me you need to move. And if I sit down and watch a FlossTube video, or if I sit down and cross stitch a little bit and I happen to catch sight of this thing, I'm like, okay, I've been sitting enough, I need to get up and move a little bit, and then I'll go sit back down. So yesterday, I started it Sunday. Yesterday I was just trying to see where I am, just doing normal things, you know. I did go to the grocery store yesterday, and I got over 5,200 steps in yesterday. And right now, it's 4 o'clock, and I've not been as mobile today, and I've already got 3,694 in today. So, I mean, 4,000 I can do. And I didn't realize that's over 2 miles for me. That's over 2 miles. So, 41 minutes of exercise, 2 miles. What I did yesterday, and it just makes me want to up my count and do more and more and more and more. So I'm gonna you know, set a goal once a week and just add a few more steps to that goal, put it in my planner, and see, you know, how much I can work myself up to. Because after a while I want to get outside and start walking. I just don't feel healthy enough right now. My health is really, I've let myself go. I've not taken care of myself. So I've changed my one little word for this year. It was simplify, and I changed it because it came to me. It finally came to me. My word for 2020 is stop. Stop. And it just hit me. It's supposed to. It came the way it was supposed to. It just hit me. But I need to stop doing some things that I'm doing, and I need to stop procrastinating and do the things that I need to do. So that word fits me every way, all the way around. I need to concentrate on that word. If I'm eating something that I know is going to make me feel bad, because I'm to the point where if I eat the wrong things, I feel really bad. I feel really bad. I've got some issues, and I know that it's making me feel bad. So if I'm tempted to eat something that's going to make me feel bad, I need to stop and think about it. And, there's some things that I've been wanting to do, and I've been putting them off, and I need to stop putting them off and do them. So I did change my word, and I'm very, very happy with my word. So I was worried there for a little while. So I would like to know if you've chosen a word. Have you chosen a word? And if you have, what is it? And I hope if you have, that it's helped you already. It's the first week in 2020 is over. Crazy. So I will link this down below if you're interested in looking at this. It's not expensive. And my son got me a absolute nifty microphone for Christmas, which I was really excited about. This is the first time I've used it, and I'm excited to see what a difference it makes. I mean, it's like professional. So a little intimidating, but it's cool. I'm anxious to see what a difference it makes. And my husband got me a new Epson EcoTank printer, which I have wanted for so long. And I got the printer from Amazon and hooked it up, loaded the ink. Everything was fine and hunky-dory. I went to print something to test it, and I had vertical lines going down through it. So I cleaned the nozzle, did the head cleaning, and did over and over and over 15 times. I did the alignment, vertical and horizontal, 15 times. And after fiddling with it for 2 hours, I was just like, I looked at the troubleshooting steps, and so I got on chat with Amazon, and I wanted to see if I could return it and have it replaced. And dude was from tech support, and he kept trying to get me on the phone with Epson to troubleshoot. And there's a power clean that uses 1/3 of the ink. If you put it through a power clean, it uses 1/3 of the ink. Well, it comes with like a year's supply of ink, and I was like, I'm not willing to do that, And I told him, I said, I just got this out of the box. Literally, I just got it out of the box. I am not interested in using up 1/3 of my ink because for something that should be working to begin with. I mean, it's not a $40 printer, So long story short, I have to wait now for a replacement for that, and but I'm excited because the printer has very good reviews, and I'm confident in the reviews for the printer, and I wanted it for a long time. I've watched videos and heard people talk about it, and it's a good printer. I just want one that doesn't have a clogged nozzle on the blue ink. It's too much to ask, right? So anyway. Okay, that's all I have for you. I've rambled enough, and I hope you enjoyed the turkeys at the beginning of the video. I did manage to see those on the road, and I stopped. There wasn't anybody behind me, and I stopped and got some pictures of some video of them. Really, really cool. I love wild turkeys. They're really pretty, and it's amazing how much a turkey call sounds exactly like that. If you'll turn their volume up, you can hear them, the turkeys make noise. It's really cool. And then I do have a slideshow for you at the end of some pictures and a little video clip that I took as well. So I hope you enjoy that. It snowed today. We woke up to about 1.5 inches of snow, and it's pretty much all gone now. But that was really pretty to wake up and open those curtains and see that snow. It was just everything white and clean and pretty. So yeah, I like winter. I do. So prayers for the people in Australia. It's really devastating, and I hope that the world gets together and offers some aid to them and get those fires extinguished. It's heart-wrenching. I have friends in Australia, and it's just scary. It's very scary. So my heart goes out to them, and keep them in your prayers as well. So until I see you next week, I hope you're enjoying your stitching. I hope you're enjoying your new year, and happy stitching.